are you looking at me like that?
Thank you for spending your Saturday morning with us. Now we're into the home stretch. And Ayo was behaving funny because he didn't want to introduce our guest.
Well, why wouldn't I want to introduce your
our
guest? Your guest.
Our guest is a multiple award-winning gospel artist, Aity Dennis.
Yeah.
Well, she has crossed nations, singing and inspiring people with the message of hope, joy, and faith in Christ. Her music will move your heart and feet and bring healing, comfort, and restoration. She used to be a school teacher and a television producer. She has a master's degree in mass communications and a first degree in French. Comment ça va?
Ah, ça va très bien.
Every time I hear that, I just hear common servant. That's what it sounds like. Come on.
Common servant.
Common servant.
All right. Well, you almost got it right. So that's fine. That's fine.
Common servant.
I think it helps him to remember the French.
He made an effort.
He tried.
Thank you very much. Thanks for being here, Aity.
Thank you so very much.
3,000 songs, yes. 12 CDs across more than 20 years?
Yes, over 25 years.
Over 25 years?
Yes.
Where have you been hiding? I mean, sustaining this over the number of years that you've been in this, one wonders what's the staying power?
I think it's the call, is a passion. When you have a call, you just have to run with the vision, and then you have a passion, nothing stops you.
You know,
nothing stops someone who has...
This age, when you hear calls, it's either a missed call.
It's not a missed call. It's not a missed call. It's always a real call. You know, when you're passionate about what you're doing, you don't look at the obstacles. You look at where you're going, and that keeps you going. So sometimes I look back, I'm like, God, I've been singing for over 25 years, for real? Even me. I'm surprised. But, you know, sometimes when things happen, 20 years look like yesterday.
Yeah.
So you just keep going. It's like what you're doing. You love it. And
well,
I can tell you've been here for a while.
I can't deny. I can't deny.
How did you go from school teacher who studied mass communications and French into music?
Amazing. You know, music is something that is a gift right inside of me. So even when I used to teach children French in school, I used to teach them with music.
I saw that.
And I remember in my secondary school, I was teaching secondary school. Before I went into that school, children were running away from their French class. And then I became the French teacher. I was a new French teacher because I used to teach them with music. I'll go to the class with a keyboard. And then I turned the lesson into music and we danced. And so everyone loved French now. So
singing French songs.
Singing French songs, because I start with the songs and with the dance, and then I get into the lesson. Who doesn't love music? So you know, children respond a lot to music. And my school principal said, "What did you do?" So one day I didn't know she came to the class and she was hiding and listening to the way I was teaching the children. This was shortly after we had, you know, an interstate competition, and the school came second, and she was like, "Aity, I must know what's happening in your class." So I didn't know she came to watch, and she said, "No wonder children like your class. You sing like a child, you sing like them. You go under the table and you come on top of the table." I said, "That's how to reach them. You want to teach children, you need to be like
a child."
Yes, you need to be like a child. So I moved from there and then went into TV, worked as a TV producer, and I was still singing. In fact, on TV, I used to teach them Parlons Français. And in Parlons Français, I'll start with French songs. Let us speak French, yes. So I start teaching them, you know, with songs, and then I go into the lessons. And I didn't know music would come calling full time. You know, there are some things you keep doing, and you don't see this coming. So I never thought I'll come into music full time. If you told me that, I'll tell you, forget it. Because I remember one of my colleagues, you know, he was working in the radio, I was working with the TV, and he told me, "I think the way you're going, because I released my first album when I was still a TV producer. That was 1995. He said, the way you're going, you will drop this mic for the other mic. I said, young, leave it. It can't happen. I love my job. I love doing documentaries. I love going and look for my artists. I love, there are deadlines. Oh my God, I need to edit this. That was my life. I love meeting new artists. I love interviewing them. That was me. And I said, no, I can't leave it. And I didn't even believe that I left it.
Your enthusiasm is infectious.
What did he say?
So your enthusiasm is infectious.
Thank you. So that's how I just found out that I had moved from teaching to TV to music. And I tried to resist the call, to move into music because I'd just done my master's on radio, TV, mass comm. I was going for my PhD. And so music came calling. I said, no, I'm not going, sorry.
And all that was abandoned.
Yeah. So I didn't want to go. I was like Jonah. God says, go this way. I took my ship and I was going the opposite direction. I didn't want to go.
Ended up in the fish's belly.
I tell you. Like one of my friends would tell me, said, now that you're not smelling fish, why don't you just go in peace? So I said, no, I don't want to go. I'm doing my job. I'm enjoying it. Why would I want to go? Then I went to tell my mom, well, it's like, my mom said, what did you say? It's like I'm having a calling to music. And my mom was like, I don't want to get into trouble with God because of you. Can you just leave this place? Can you just leave this place?
Is there like music in the family?
No, she told me, whoever makes a living singing.
I wonder.
And why didn't God call you when I sent you to primary school? I was alone. My dad had passed. And you had 6 siblings. And then primary school, God didn't call you. Secondary school, God didn't call you. University, God. Now that I should reap the fruits of my labor. You're coming with this kind of story. Just leave me alone.
But she's reaping it now big time, isn't she?
Oh, God. She's like, they called me. I had concerts in the U.S. very often. She lives in the U.S. now. So I'm like, where are you? I said, oh, you were here last month. I said, yes, I had a concert in Atlanta. I called her from Kenya. I said, I had a concert in Kenya. He said, you had what? I said, I had a concert in Kenya. I had a concert in Houston. I called, Mama, how are you? He said, this music is good, dude.
I assure you, Mommy is going to call you after this program and say, hey, you go and expose me, Abi. But 25 years ago, music had a nature of its own.
Yeah.
Today, it's a whole different ballgame altogether.
Yeah.
Now, music, but first of all, tell us your own entry into it. You've told us the journey and all of this, but coming into it full time must have been a completely different kettle of fish.
It was not really easy. I didn't wait, oh God, you were calling me, oh God, I've been waiting for this call like forever. No, it wasn't like that. I tried to run away. I did everything to avoid, but whenever I'll sit in the office and I'm hearing music from over the radio, or it coming from TV, I'm just watching, a video, musical video. I'm like, something would tell me that's what you're supposed to be doing. I remember I would leave my office several times, go to the bathroom to go ease myself. Actually, I'm going to cry. I'll go to the bathroom, cry. I said, God, okay, I'm coming now. It's okay. Take it easy, I'll come. I just want to make some money. I said, I want to make some money.
Suppose the money you want to make was in music.
I didn't know that. No, I didn't know that. Sometimes God will tell you to do something and you're afraid. And what people tell you make you more afraid. They're like, oh, excuse me, at the end of the month, they're going to pay the salary. So who is going to pay and you have bills to pay. You don't speak in tongues to pay the bill. Maybe you pay in Naira and Kobo.
Exactly.
So I was afraid too. God, how am I going to do it?
So there are many people who are actually very, very much afraid.
Yeah.
Perhaps even more so now.
Yeah.
The economy let's say 26, 27 years ago was better than what
it is now.
So contemplating the idea of listening to God.
Unknown.
Right now.
No, I always encourage those people, step out. Just step out, walk on the water.
Just the way you did.
When I stepped out, I was
After
like,
rebelling
God,
for how many
I
years?
said, God, am I staying? Am I fine? Am I okay? Sometimes, someone looked at me. I was, going back home. They had me on a TV show. So I was greeting someone and said, this is Aity. She used to work, and then she went to Lagos and she's no more working. I said, oh my God. So people don't even think I'm working because I'm doing music. She's no more working. So I now say, people don't know that it is more challenging to do.
We'll come to the challenge.
Yes.
Don't say we have just about 9 minutes or so.
Yeah.
So for anyone trying to make that difficult decision now, what would you say should be their rudder?
I'll tell the person, get a mentor, get someone who has been there, let that person talk with you, let that person encourage you. Have someone you're looking at that's going to encourage you. Because I'm always encouraged, step out. Just step out, bit by bit, step by step, one day at a time. Don't think that the people that have made it, you're going to make it in one day. It's just like any career or any business you're building. You don't make it in one day. But if you have your vision in place and you keep building, there is no way you're not going to happen. It's not going to happen overnight, but it's going to happen all the same. So I'll tell the person, see, look at where you're going. Forget about what is happening. Just step out. Because if you don't step out, you're wasting time. You will still do it, maybe in your 60s, in your 70s, but since I'm not a Sanders, so
Okay, now talk to us about the process that goes into it. Do that in about 20 minutes. How tedious is it to write a song?
How tedious is it to write a song? Let me think about
so that
it.
people who listen to music, who critique songs.
Now, let me tell you something. There are different kind of songs. There's some songs that are very easy to write. Sometimes for me, I just receive the song. So I receive the seed of the song. It could be a line, it could be, an idea. And then I get back home and work on the seed. So you work on the seed. That's why someone called me and said, I want to be out of school. I don't want to go to university again because I have the call to music. I said, you need education to survive, even to write songs that rhyme. You need to be lettered. If you're not lettered, you can't even make it. So go back to school. The call is not going to run. So go back to school. You still come out. You have all your lifetime. The calling will still be waiting for you. So you need to be lettered, depending on the audience you're ministering to. If you want to reach, well, of course, there's some audiences that you don't even need to be lettered. You're singing to everyday people. Like I sing in my language. Oh my God, I'm good in my language, and I sing in English. I sing in French. Have I done a song in German? Well, when I was in school, okay. I did a song in Spanish, even though I don't speak Spanish, but I love languages, actually. So you get the song, you spend your time with the song. A good song does not just happen. So when you sing it, I'll give it to my friends, critique this song. How do you feel about this song? I sing it to people whose songs are good, who are good songwriters. How do you say, oh, Aity, this is fine, but what about this line? You have gotten an input, because there is no tree that can make a forest. So you're not in competition with anybody. I always tell people, you're in competition with yourself. You have yourself to beat. So don't think that, I don't want anybody to know my song. Well, that's a lonely world, baby. So somebody should know what you're doing. Somebody should be able to critique and say, no, this one is not good. This song is too long, or stuff like that.
People are generally in a hurry to come up with the hit song. One of those of yours, by the way, what do you call it? So, many people are in a hurry to do a hit song. Yeah. I worked in radio like she did for many years. Yeah. One of my responsibilities, oh God, we're running out of time, was to select the song to play. Yeah. The artist will come and say, this is the hit song. Oh, God, this one is not going to fly. No. Let's use this one.
Yeah. You see, nobody really knows what a hit song is going to be until it becomes a hit song. When the guy that did Jerusalem, I talked with him because we had a concert together last December, and he said, I didn't even know it was going to be a hit song. All over the world. So people don't know. Just, like the Bible says, cast your bread upon many waters. You don't even know which one is going to return with the proceeds you need. So just do the song. Put in as much as you can. You don't know which one is going to be a hit song. What do you think might be? What do you think might be the hit song? Right? The pastor side. The song you think is going to be a hit song might not even be a hit song.
Yeah.
The song you didn't give a chance might just happen to be the hit song. So give everything to the songs that you do.
Do songs come out of experiences?
Yes, of course, like this.
powerful are
Like, God is real. I dedicated God is real when I had my twins. I waited for over 20 years to have children.
Jesus.
So when we were dedicating the twins, they're 7 years old now, that's when I wrote the song. I said, God is real. I went to the studio. I said, if you doubt that God is real, call my number. Because I had my twins in my 50s. I had my babies in my 50s. And I was still singing. People were laughing at me, right? Did they worry you to sing around the world? No child. But I kept faith and I said, it will happen. I didn't know whether it was going to happen. I didn't know when it was going to happen. So when the twins came, at the dedication of the twins, I said, God is real. If you died, it call my number.
Okay.
So songs come out of experience.
We'll have to publish your number. So.
Aity Dennis.
Yes, thank you.
Very ebullient, affable, singer, pastor, former teacher,
Former producer.
and a polyglot.
A polyglot.
Thank you for being our guest this morning.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And so, Aity Dennis, that very charming lady, closes Sunrise for this Saturday, which is the Saturday before the end of the month of January. Imagine, January is almost coming to an end, or it's 21st already.
Wow.
When were we saying Happy New Year to each other?
Just yesterday.
Well, one more sunrise before the end of January. Thank you very much for spending this morning with us today. I'm Alera. I do wishing you a happy weekend and a happy next week, and see you next weekend.
I'm Ayo Makinde. Please go get your PVC.
I hope to have mine by next Saturday, I promise.
You will. We shall machinate Nigeria for you. I'm Ayo Makinde. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend.